So not too long ago, I did a review on the Ehugos Glass Teapot. That's this one. It's 52 ounces. And I was recently in the market. I had to purchase a new glass teapot. I thought this was going to be, I found one that was going to be also named Ehugos, but this is named Paracity, or the alleged manufacturer is called Paracity. I'm going to show you some details that make me believe that they're all being manufactured by the same place and just being marketed by different companies, or somebody's white labeling them, most likely from China. But this was the Ehugos. It had a double strainer, came with a really good filter with very tight and small, very fine, you can't even pick it up on here, holes, so that you filter out even the smallest tea and whatever kind of, not just the tea leaves, but you know, the scraps at the bottom, and whatever else you want to put in there. It doesn't have to be tea. The Paracity, this one, is 62 ounces. This was 52 ounces. I thought I'd get a slightly larger one, 62. But one thing to notice, this is what I want to point out, with both of these, it looks like you're going to get this big teapot that goes all the way up to here, and all the way up to here. This is longer and a little bit less wide, but the reality is, because of these spouts, you really can only fill up the water to here and to here, because once the water starts boiling, if it's too high or above here, it will literally come out that spout. So this is the same diffuser or filter, and this sits like that. This one sits like this. And they work really well. And this is a secondary strainer, so when you're pouring out, I don't know if you can see that, anything else that's loose or whatever, it's going to get filtered by that. In theory, if you're using large enough tea leaves, you don't even need that big one. It'll get caught by that. But I use both. Now, people have been asking about replacement parts for the Ehugos, and if you notice, one of the reasons why I thought they were identical is because they look identical, even down to those 3 holes and the same exact lids. But unfortunately, these are not, even though if you look at the naked eye, you'd think they're identical. They are identical, but not in size. So the Ehugos is just slightly smaller than the Paracity. This doesn't fit in here very well, as you can see. This is here and this is here. Now, they are both BPA free. They're dishwasher safe. They are made of borosilicate glass, which means you can use them on a regular burner, you know, gas burner, or an electric top. No issues there. I was able to get the Paracity for $20, and the Ehugos is about $20-something too. Sometimes they both go on sale for a couple of dollars. I just ended up, the only reason I was replacing it because I ended up putting some boiling water, and I'll often put some essential oils, and if you leave it in there, it starts to wear into it. I mean, at the end of the day, glass is porous, so if you leave your tea in there overnight or whatever, and you know, for days on end, and do this a lot, you can get some marks in here because it will absorb, the glass will absorb it. That's what porous means. Anyway, I'm not going to do a whole drawn out review. There's nothing to say other than it works really well. These glass handles surprisingly don't get very hot at all. The strainers work well. Unfortunately, as I said, you can't use these as replacement parts because it won't fit perfectly. But that's it. 61 ounces, 52 ounces. As I said, this is a little bit wider at the bottom and shorter. This is smaller and taller. And that's it. That's all you need to know. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, subscribe down below. Thank you for joining me.